Good afternoon, Tamala. It's nice to have you with us, along with Christopher from iFinance Mortgage as well. Really glad to have you with us. I'm going to give you that formal introduction. Tamala Ringrose with Keller Williams Heritage on the Texas Homeownership Group. Wait for it. Powered by Place. Did I get
Boom.
all that right?
You got it all perfect. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here, John.
Great. Well, we're excited. Christopher and I were talking before, and Texas is blowing up, and it has been blowing up for quite a while. And we're just excited to bring one of their rock star realtors from Texas on to tell us a little bit about your market, and we'll dive into some other things too. But maybe first of all, can you tell us a little bit about how you jumped into your real estate career?
Sure. So, my husband was active duty military. So we were PCSing from Orlando to here to San Antonio, Texas. And during that time, it was also COVID. So
Mm.
everything was kind of going remote. And when we got here, I, stayed at home, did the video online thing with the kids and all that fun stuff. And then we were looking for a home to rent. And I ended up calling one of the landlords, and he actually put me in touch with a realtor that he knew.
Hmm.
And she said, if you guys are going to be paying almost $3,000 a month in rent, you know that you can afford a house. And we were just like, you think so? Like, really? We never thought about buying. We never thought that it was something we could do. We thought it was a super complicated and drawn out process, and we had no idea where to start. So she put us in touch with the right people. Before you know it, we were homeowners. Also, she was a military spouse and a veteran herself. So
Ah,
we had such an incredible experience with her, and I know a lot of our fellow brothers and sisters in service get taken advantage of during some of these processes. They don't understand how to fully utilize it and things like that. And I
yeah.
had such a great experience that I wanted to give that back to our community and to other people. So I left my long time career in accounting after my service, serving in the service as well, and
Oh,
decided to get into real estate. And the rest is history.
that's amazing. What a background. And one thing that I never thought I would want to do would be numbers. And next thing I know, I'm in the mortgage business, and thank the God above that there's mortgage calculators.
hmm
But you're a numbers person as well. How long were you in the accounting and that world?
Yeah, so my first job, fresh out of high school in 2006, I went and worked for a security company doing their billing. And then a little bit after that, I got into some third party collections and things like that. And then I got into AR. And then
Hmm.
once I finished with that, I decided I'm going to go to the military. So I did that. And then I had a kid. So I decided, I want to come home, be more available with my family. Me and my partner were talking about marriage at that time too. So it was like,
Hmm.
oh, lots of life changes. And from 2013 until 2021, I was in accounting. So lots of years.
Wow.
Yeah. And real estate was the best decision that I could have made because it made me be more available. I got to be a mom, help more or less create my own schedule, and still was available to be myself, socialize, and also be a wife. So, yeah.
Tamla, that says a lot about you.
Thank you.
For you to be able to go through that whole process and then all of a sudden change it and say, you know what, I'm going to keep helping someone else.
Mhm.
Oftentimes, more than less, people are going to take that in for themselves and say, you know what, I got the good part of it. This is all done. But you
Right.
changed.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
probably says even more about your business and everything. So, can you share with us, different market updates in the area in San Antonio area where you're at, as well as I know you're doing it, any specialty groups you personally help with?
Sure, yeah. So currently the San Antonio median sales price is around 315,000. We have about 5.5 months of inventory. So, what that means
Wow.
is If everyone sold their house in San Antonio, it would take us over 5 months to run out of a place to live. So there are lots and lots of options right now. Some people are like, oh, I'm waiting for interest rates to go down. So let's talk about interest rates, right? Currently, in the last, I could say 3 weeks, I have seen brand new construction builders offer a 2-to-1 buy down. So they're
Hmm.
doing 2-to-1 buy down starting at 1.99%. So you
Yeah,
have that 1.99 first year, 2.99 second year, and then 3.99 typically for the rest 28 years remainder of that loan. So really great incentives right now, paying all of your closing costs. And then a lot of seller concessions as well on pre-owned homes. So I always tell everybody if you're looking to buy, even if you're a seller, like a homeowner, you're looking to move up, it's a great opportunity to do so right now. You could keep your first house, create it as a rental property potentially, and then buy another one. Let that first one partially pay for that second house. That's something that we did as well. So, I'm an investor at this point, and there's lots and lots of options, and the market is really thriving.
that's awesome. And just a little bit, I know both you and your hubby served. And would you say that that is the majority of your family of clients that you try to service and help them as far as education goes to know how to purchase?
Yeah, for sure. VA loans are my niche, and I would consider that my specialty. Thank you for pointing that out. Like, I know the VA loan inside and out. I've used it personally twice myself. So, like, once my husband used his, the other time I used mine. I probably have closed almost 50 VA loans in the last couple of years just being on the team. So I really consider it my bread and butter. It pours and like just fills my cup so much to help other brothers and sisters in service and educate them. Just teach them how to utilize it. It's like there's enough for everybody. I just want everybody to get a piece.
That's beautiful. You know, I get people that come to us too, and they are, especially our, veterans. Um, they don't understand sometimes the beautiful programs within their VA. And maybe I can just ask you when almost like a role play, but when someone comes to you and they've been in the service and they're looking for some education, um, what do you share with them? How do you share? I know we didn't talk about this
No, you're good.
topic before, but it's just good to see how, because you're on the front lines, literally,
All the
in
time.
real estate. And when someone comes to you, what do you tell them? What education do you offer them with regards to their VA eligibility?
Yeah, for sure. So I do let them know, I'm a veteran myself. I do share with them some of my experiences. Some of the first key points, though, is that using a VA loan, there's zero money down. So
Yeah.
that's really helpful for them to know. Um, if they come out of pocket, there are going to be several costs, which is your appraisal. The buyer does pay for their appraisal, which also can be paid for at closing. So it doesn't necessarily have to be upfront all the time, right? So lots of options
Hmm.
with that. Their closing costs, which again, builders and sellers are helping with a ton of cash down right now. With the
Hmm.
VA loan, you can ask up to 4% back off of the sales price from the sales price in closing cost credits from the seller. So
Hmm.
that also ends up being most times double digits, especially like 350 and above,
Oh yeah.
which is super helpful for a lot of people. And just letting them know like the buying process is not complicated if you have somebody educated who knows what they're doing. They must know the market, they must know the different regulations, if you will, of the loan, right? The terms and conditions. And then they get you in touch with a trusted lender as yourself, who's very, knowledgeable and who can explain and we can guide them through the process if they've used it before or if they never have. And I've actually heard that in some states, when you mention the VA loan, sellers frown upon it. They necessarily don't want it. They're like, oh, they have a VA loan. I would prefer a different type. And the VA loan is one of the best secured loans that they could ever use. So I just express that. And then I'll invite them for maybe a coffee or maybe a lunch, or even I can swing by, if they're busy with kids, etc. So we can just sit down and I'll give you a 30-minute to 45-minute presentation on the buying process. My clients love this because at the end of it, they feel so informed finally, and like it's not as complicated as they thought.
Wow. Where do I sign?
I
I'm ready. Give me the papers. Let's go.
got you.
That's beautiful. And, at the start, actually, when we were talking a few days ago, the title, if you will, of this podcast is The Mindset of a Champion. What
Mhm.
sets you apart? We can see you have the mindset of a champion.
Thank
You're a
you.
winner because what you're doing to help other people understand this process that is so complicated to so many, especially those that have come out of the service, you have made it simple for them. And I have honestly not heard of another realtor explain it the way you did. You made it so simple.
Thank
And
you.
yet you also made us feel like I'm your partner. I got you. I'll come on, let's meet for some coffee. I'll explain everything, answer all your questions, and then we'll get you pre-approved. We'll go shopping.
That's
You
it.
made it that simple. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, so mindset of a champion. Oh, so I have been on a growth journey, to be honest, right?
Oh, do
So
tell us. This is exciting.
getting into real estate, this would what the ladies would call tea time. We're gonna have tea time, ladies.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So
My
getting
wifey's
into
got
real
that.
estate, right? I wanting to do all of these things, right? Learning to use my calendar was really, really pivotal. Learning to use that
Mhm.
calendar because we have so many things that we need to do in a day. There always feels like there's not enough time in a day.
I know.
So I am a big utilizer of my calendar. I show up no matter what. And that takes a lot of discipline and grit to do that. So um, and a lot of resilience, right? I've been told no so many times. Sometimes people, I just tell people, you signing with me is not an obligation to buy. You signing with me is saying that whenever that time does come, we'll work together, right? My job is
Excellent.
just to educate you and get us to where we need to be so that we can have fun and go shopping and get you guys to your dream and start building your wealth. So for me, showing up as a champion with that mindset is like having resilience, showing up no matter what, having that grit, going the extra mile, things like that. And being on this growth journey, I'll get a little personal. So like I used to party a lot, hang out with my friends all the time. We're
Oh
always having
yeah.
wine down this and that. And just if a realtor loves nothing else, they love a happy hour. We're gonna eat and we're gonna drink some beer,
Absolutely.
right? So for me personally, though, to start my growth journey, I realized I felt like at one point I got so busy in my business and this and that I had hit a ceiling. And I was saying, I feel like I have more potential, but I need to grow, but I just couldn't expand my chest. I just needed to figure it out, whatever it was. And I took 2 months off and I went to a wellness retreat to do some deeper mindset. There were some healing feelings and some emotions and some things that
Hmm.
were holding me back that I wasn't even aware of.
Interesting.
So I did that. And then it was like when I came back, also it dealt with lots of meditation, lots of yoga, lots of movement with your own body, eating clean, like not a lot of burgers like we do when we're on the road and showings.
Oh no.
So just like fixing it all up so I could get clarity,
Yeah.
mental clarity. And when I did that, I didn't have a drink for 2 years. My first 2 years of being in real estate, not a drink, not a drop of anything. I ate really clean. I went to sleep early. I said no to lunch dates and girls' nights. I did
Yeah.
all of those things. And today I am so much more better for it. So
Wow.
that is the mind of a champion.
I love that.
Love it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's incredible. And thank you for being vulnerable and for, sharing. I love it how you say you're still on your journey for
Oh, yeah.
growth. Christopher and I can resonate with that. There's not a day that, we don't wake up and we realize, you know what? There's always something new to learn. Something comes up in a new guideline, a new lending requirement, something within the loan itself has come up. And now, okay, we've got to pivot, we've got to make, but we're solutionists. End of the day, that's what we do. We find solutions, not excuses. We work on the solution to get it solved, take care of it. You put your buyer in that house, everybody's
Mhm.
happy. And something that I thought about that a champion does as well, and this is something that I try to do. And Christopher, you can share your vision on it too, if you like. But when I think of a champion, I think of somebody that has the will to win. And, I liken everything to a competition, to sports, especially because I'm a sports guy. Love sports, and but I realize that sometimes my biggest opponent is me. It's how I control my own time, like you said, your time blocking. You learn to do that. I had to do that too. I tend to give anybody that's in front of me all day long. And that can be a good quality, it can be a bad quality because now I'm not also sharing good time and equal time with other people that also deserve the time. So I went into 15-minute time blocks. I have that on my email signature. Schedule a 15-minute consult or time block with me.
Mhm.
And I try to stick to those. If we need to set up another meeting, we do.
Right.
But it's really helped me to be to accomplish more each
Mhm.
day, to really get to the priorities, the things that are hot, what's on fire that day that needs to be taken care of. And then it leaves me time to do other important things too.
Yeah.
How do you do yours, Christopher? What's a
No, I
champion
think
to
it's the
you?
same thing. I completely agree with the same thing. And I think to your question, mindset of a champion
Mhm.
depends on your mindset. And really,
Mhm.
any champion, it's not really fighting against an opponent. You're not going against anything else. Really, you're just going against yourself.
Mhm.
And it's making sure to force yourself in those timestamps, force yourself to overcome the obstacles that you're facing, even within yourself. We all look at ourselves and we think, okay, we're looking from outside perspective. Oh, yeah, you're really awesome. But inside, sometimes we kind of get our own thoughts that kind of get better at us. But so being able to overcome those parts really help us to have a mindset of a champion that's willing to win, even despite ourselves. After that, you end up beating everything else out of the cloud, no problem, because you've already achieved the biggest obstacle. You.
Right. Well said.
Yeah, that's so good. And it's very clear after even just this brief discussion that anybody that Christopher and I would refer to you, I could sleep well at night,
Oh yeah.
knowing that Tamala's got them. She will take amazing care of them. Just the fact that you mentioned that you would sit down and spend time with them. Do you know how many people I speak to each day that basically handle all their business over the phone? Oh yeah, let's do this. Oh, okay, sure. I'll get you over a contractor. And they're not willing to take the time, face-to-face time. People buy from people, I
Right.
feel, right? Social media is great to get the word out quickly. End of the day, if we can get in front of that person, it takes time, it takes sacrifice for two people to go meet. That's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing. We're so glad to hear you say that. And we cannot wait to send you referrals, people that not only are VA, which you specialize in,
Mhm.
but anybody I would feel comfortable referring to you to take care of.
Absolutely. So I always tell my clients during our sit down, I say, we work together. During this
Mm,
partnership, we're in a partnership while we're buying this home or selling this home. And I wouldn't let you or advise you to do anything. I wouldn't let my own mom, my brother, my sister, my dad, my cousin, whoever do, because now we're family. And
mm.
then every time you hear after, anytime after that you hear from me, like I even have it on my phone, I create us a really cute chat name. Like I have a family called the Scots. So their name is the Scott Spot. Then I have someone else named New Sam. So it's New Sam coming through, like different little names and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I address you, it's hi family. because I want you to feel like we're family.
Mhm.
And I don't go away. I show up to birthdays, quinceañeras, baptisms, you name it, I'll be there. And when I host stuff at my house, I hope you come too. I don't go,
Wow,
not just buy this house and then you never see me again.
that's incredible. That is really, really, uh, you've taken it to a different level. You
Thank you.
have taken it to there's service, close a deal, great, get them into their home, and then there's your service and
That's
your
right.
family now. And that's how Christopher and I do too. We welcome people to the iFinance family. And that's how we are internally with about 30 loan officers or so. We have about 10 more that are joining our team within the next 2 months because it's just, and mainly, I'd say about 70% of our focus is supporting our Texas realtors right now. That's
Yeah.
where we're focused at. And we've
Mhm.
had to bring on more loan officers to, to help. So it's it's incredible what you're doing there in the San Antonio area, and especially focusing in on those that have served this country and really need your support in education. So that's just a wonderful thing. And we have one last question for you.
Sure.
We promised we would respect your time today, and we're so grateful for it. There's no matter how long we've been in real estate or as lenders or even small business owners in general,
Mhm.
we've gone through peaks and valleys in our career. We've seen a pandemic, we've seen challenging financial times. What advice would you give to anyone, but we'll narrow it down to, let's say, realtors right now, to stay successful during these challenging financial times?
Hmm. Okay. I would say go above and beyond.
Mm,
Do what other realtors are not doing. So if you come into an open house, don't just say, "Hey, how you doing? Here's a paper, walk around." Ask them what
mhm.
they're doing here. Ask them what they need. Even if you're not going to buy this house, I want you to know that I could be a resource for you. I want you to know that you can ask me for anything. Even if it's a landscaper. Had somebody ask me if I knew someone who washed Persian carpets. I didn't, but I found someone.
I'll find some. Yeah,
Anything you need, just just do the extra thing. That's what I would definitely say because that's what's going to make you stand out in today's market.
that's wonderful. Be all things to everyone. Be
Mhm.
that one-stop shop,
That's it.
whatever they need. The answer is always yes. And we get that. My wife and I, we love to go to Cabo. All right.
Mhm.
That's our favorite spot to go
Beautiful.
down to for a quick getaway. And one of the things that we noticed there, and she said this to me one time we were laying on the beach. She goes, "You know what? So great about Cabo, besides this beautiful margarita is and tacos, is the answer is always yes." And I said, "What do you mean, babe?" She says, "Because anything you ask of any of the workers, hey, can we get this? Hey, can we get, they're like, sure, see, right? They may have no idea how to get it or if they even have access to it. Next thing you know, there's 15 people that go off and they come back and they fulfill your need. The
Right.
answer is always yes. And I
That's right.
really feel we have that opportunity in real estate with lenders to make it a yes experience for them. How grateful we are for you, Tamala, for
Grateful as well. Thank you.
sharing your experience with us
Thank you
today,
so much.
Yeah.
sharing why you are a champion and how, as Christopher said, the mindset of that champion really has come out in this conversation. And we are really looking forward to sending referrals your way, to answering any questions that may come up on your side. If you ever have any questions you need answered, or if you need any of your family and your new family members to have answers, we'd be happy to be a resource there too. But thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you
And
for having
any
me.
final words from you, Christopher?
Other than thank you so much for all the work that you do, your
Yeah.
service for both the service for the United States, but also for your clients. I think even bigger, your clients really benefit from it. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate you all. See you guys soon.